Participate. I like that word. Add to participate. Let's add to participate. Hang on. What the fuck is what's going on? Oh, stop recording right there. Right. Hang on. I'm not recording. Oh. Can I add people? Right. Let's add Nick, Corey. Add.
I love Elizabeth's last name. It's almost French.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I know. When I first saw her email.
Yeah.
Let's not give people's details out
in
a public class.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I first saw something I'm going to stick on YouTube, but when I first saw her name, I thought she'd invented it for the purpose of the class.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Let me add another
and
person.
That may well be so. Let's say that may well be so.
Hi,
Nick.
Hello. It's Crash.
Good. Did you hear the story with the pictures behind, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, there were originally 3, but oh bloody hell, Mark! Do something from time to time. Let's try Bren, although I don't think she'll be up. Actually, no, because we haven't had the hour change, so it's 7 hours different, so she'll be. Right, she'll come in loud. She'll come in blazing. If she comes in. Right, so we're recording. It may or may not answer. Off you go. So, Nick, actually, I'm going to ring Elizabeth. One second. I'm going to the other Elizabeth. Inviting you to the Val class. Come if want. We've got another Elizabeth. I'm swimming in Elizabeth at the moment. My grandma was Elizabeth, although she was a bet. That one. Do you want me to give out her social security number and date of birth, Stephen? Are you no? You're okay.
Only after mine.
Good. So off you go. So Nick, I'm happy to see you as like normal, not like always. I'm happy to see you as always. Off you go. Val. Remember, you are still in the 2-week grace period that you do very well to make the most of. Where's my camera here? You're still in the 2-week grace period that you do very well to make the most out of, which is when I'm allowing big consonants, but I need things to flow together. Okay, lovely. So off you go. So Nick, translate.
Je suis contente de te voir.
Now that was gorgeous, but you've got a penis. And here he is. Everybody say hello to Steve. Je suis content. Not content. Lovely. Okay.
Okay. Je suis content de te voir.
Now, je suis. Remember our basic premise of either Gabby or Jason. De te voir. Where's Gabby or Jason in de te voir? Go again. The last 3 words.
Okay. Sorry.
Just the last 3 words.
Okay. De te voir.
That's not Gabby or Jason. Make your choices.
De te voir.
That's it. It's that powerful, Nick. It went from shit to marvelous. Jason is a deep speaker. The vibration is here. Gabby is a face vibration speaker. Bless them both. De te voir.
Wow.
Yeah, lovely. Okay. Oui, c'est un plaisir de te voir. Okay, lovely. As always, make your decision. Here's your clue. Gabby, Jason, as always.
Sorry.
Nick, as always.
Okay, so Comme d'habitude.
Oh, sorry. Well, fine. That was nicely done. But I was thinking comme toujours. But that was nicely done.
Comme toujours.
Lovely.
Comme
Say
toujours.
for me the word, Nick, in English. Say for me competition.
In English, competition.
Lovely. But you didn't even make that sound English. Now you're making that sound a bit French. So the point is, we can't say we have to say comme.
Comme.
If you said they're holding a competition down at the swimming pool, would you be like, yeah? Well, it sounds a bit odd there anyway. Lovely. Stephen, it's very efficient when we think of the two people you've told us about. It's very efficient when we think of the two people you've told us about. Because I'm a kind and benevolent God, would you please first say to me, Luke is telling me about the two people. Just say that for me. Luke is telling me about the two people. Just to get that grammatically right in your brain, off you go.
Luke, Mom.
I can't hear you. No, if I can't hear you, it's a sign there's no Gabby or Jason. There's no nyeh or That's obviously exaggerating their vocal qualities, but it works. When I started working with Gabby, she was like, oh, I've got such a terrible accent in English. I'm like, no, you haven't. You've got a northern accent, which has power to it, which travels through the sound. And Jason's like, oh, I've got this really bad accent. I was like, no, you've got this lovely depth of accent. We just need to get, so they've both got their areas in their voice. Off you go. When you don't do that, it's not just, oh, it helps French. If you don't do it, I can't hear it. And I'm in my room. There's no background traffic. There's no buses. Well, there's occasionally traffic through my bedroom, but that's my own business. Off you go. What happens in Besançon stays in Besançon. So off you go.
Luc m'en parle de...
No. Pause. Luke speaks to me about the people. Off you go.
Luc me parle de...
And what's the plural going to be?
Des.
That's it. That's exactly right. So in other words, Luc me parle de les gens, therefore Luc me parle des gens. Remembering that you've just said that de. All right. It's very efficient when we think of the people you talk to us about. It's very efficient when we think of the people you talk to us about. Have you go?
C'est très efficace quand nous...
I can't hear you, which means you haven't made a Gabby or a Jason choice.
Quand...
No, that's in English. Say for me Constantinople. Just say constantly. Say constantly.
Constantly.
Yeah, say for me, Luke, I'm frontally incontinent.
Luke, I'm frontally incontinent.
I'm not making any jokes about that because I know somebody that is, God bless him, and he's such a lovely chap, and he had an idiot prostate surgeon, God bless the guy. God bless Charles and all who sail in him. And they probably would sail, there's enough liquid. So basically, yeah, but if you, in other words, we can't say con in the way that you'd say those words, con.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, lovely. So off you go. So, and again.
Gosh. C'est très efficace.
That was in English. C'est très efficace. Come.
C'est très efficace.
Let's say when we think of those you've spoken to us about.
Quand nous pense à ceux.
Quand nous, so well done on the A, but quand nous pensons.
En.
Thank you. Come on, then. Not one syllable at a time.
Quand nous pensons. Oh, God.
What are we thinking of? Are we thinking it's suspiciously dubious you hold down a job but you can't remember two clauses? Oh, because that's what I'm thinking. When we think about the people you told us about. Go back. When we think about the people. We've established that pensée likes an A. When we think about the people.
Quand on pense.
Excuse me, we didn't use on, we've been using nous, because if we said quand on, what does quand on become? Quand on. Yeah, so back we go.
Okay. Quand nous pensons.
Look, you fuck breed, we've just come full circle. What's we think? Nous
pensons.
Stand still, you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'm coming over to Nick. Nick, say for me the word we and don't fuck it up.
Nous.
Thank you. We're not saying new, which is naked. You say new instead of new one more time, Steve, and I will make it a self-fulfilling prophecy and you can get your kit off. Not new, that's naked. New. Nick, what is we think? Not with on, but with we. Nous
pensons.
Lovely. Nick, if I said when we, and I were on that occasion using en rather than nous, what would be when we? Quand
on.
Thank you. Penser à. So when we think of the people, off you go, using nous.
Quand nous pensons, oh God, I'm blanking. Sorry.
Oh no! I didn't go back to you. You failed that one. I meant Nick.
Okay.
You failed.
Sorry.
Go on, Nick, over to you.
What was I saying?
God, it leaves England. It forgets how to queue. Over to you, Nick. When we think of the people. When we think of the people.
Quand nous pensons des.
What did Stephanie?
À des gens.
As much as I love you guys, finally being comfortable, pardon me my mouthful, with du, de, la, and day, if in English you are hearing the people, we've got a the. What, Nikki, is a plus lay?
They. No, oh.
Off we go. When we think of the people.
Quand nous pensons aux gens.
Things take time. First you learn a, and you all think it's a to. Then you learn, or an at. Then you learn, oh, actually, there's other verbs that use the a. Then you learn that it's other verbs that use the a, but by then, if you hear o, aux, you very much think of it as to the plural. But it could still be je pense aux femmes, or much more likely, je pense aux garçons. Je pense, yeah, okay. So off you go. Off you go. So when we think of the people that you spoke to us about.
Quand nous pensons aux gens que
we set this up. Did we not agree? Parler de.
Parler de. Oh, yeah.
So when we reverse a de, what happens?
We go to dont.
Thank you. So quand nous pensons aux gens, dont. Luke, all we've got is two relative pronouns. We've got two bits of thinking, basically. Nick, did you put your socks on today?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah, and the same colour for one.
There you go. Then you're capable of two bits of thinking. Off you go. So when we think of people, you spoke to us about quand nous pensons aux gens dont tu nous as parlé. Go on.
Dont tu nous as parlé.
No, not on. Why not on? Have I just used a don?
You have.
De,
yes.
don, or on. Not together. What's the verb that we commonly use where they come together, Stephen?
Oh, j'en ai marre de.
J'en ai marre de. Let me look at you and say it. J'en ai marre de toi. In that expression, I have an on and I have a de. Lovely. Back to Stephanie. All right. Luke, there are lots of expressions which use the preposition de. I should learn them.
Luc, il y a beaucoup d'expressions qui utilisent la preposition.
Stand still. Last three letters, the word preposition.
T-I-O-N.
I was wondering for a moment. Okay. Today's lesson is sponsored by Canadian National Education. Last three letters of the word preposition.
I-O-N.
Great. If it ends in I-O-N, what gender will it be?
La.
Thank you. So off you go for me. The preposition de.
La preposition de.
Good. I can't quite hear you. Give me some more. Come close to the microphone.
Really? Okay.
What are you worried about? Your paws, you big mo? Come close to the microphone.
Okay. La préposition de.
Good. Nick, can you stop fiddling?
Yeah, sorry.
As your Latin teacher said. Yeah. Lovely, because it keeps making a crickly noise on the microphone. Good. Good. Nick, I'm excited because Luke's said he's going to talk to us about the language trip this year. I'm excited because Luke said he's going to talk to us about the language trip this year.
Je suis excité parce que Luc va.
Luke told us he's going to talk to us about the.
Luke.
Luke's told us. Look at me. Brace
Luke,
for
yes.
Gabby and Jason. If you get a sentence where they're all Gabby or they're all Jason, marvelous. If you get a sentence where, but just brace for Luke nous a dit, brace for the. Like I said, you should enjoy the Scooby. You should look forward to the Scooby.
Luke nous a dit.
Shit! John Monroe! I said, is there anybody else we've forgotten? It's because he said his error couldn't come. Oh my God. I feel so guilty. That poor man.
So Luke, I'm so sorry, but I actually
That's
have
fine.
to...
I'll replace you. You're gone. You're out my memory. Don't worry. Well,
coward.
He did just do his class actually because he had to change his class.
Yes.
He did just do his class time actually this week.
I was on.
Yeah, he did very, very well indeed. Actually, probably because I ripped him a new one last week. Right. Sorry. Let's call John. Johnny, there. The guilt is killing me. I'm so.
I'm here.
Sorry. Thing. I tell you what threw me off is Stephen did his class just before, so Stephen had to cancel because of his boss on Tuesday, and so Stephen had and then Paul changed, so it wasn't the normal people. I had Paul, then Stephen. Good. Off you go. John, will go to you. Remember, as slowly as you like. Okay. I need to hear you. I want this Gabby and this Jason element. All right. Stephen Hess. My God, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I said to people, because I thought he had a hospital appointment. Where's Hesse? Lovely. Good, lovely. I forgot. It must have been. Goodness gracious me. I remember the Brits and I remember the Canadians. So to me, Luke, I've taken it badly because you forgot the two Americans. Luke, I have taken it badly because, well, you all love because anyway, because you forgot the two Americans. Off you go.
Luke, je l'ai pris.
That's gorgeous, but think again. I need badly in there. I've taken it badly.
Okay. Luke, je l'ai mal pris.
Pardon?
Parce que tu
called action. So I apologize. You forgot the two Americans.
Tu as oublié.
Careful, that was a little bit in the middle. I need Gabby or Jason. Okay. Make a decision. You forgot.
Oublié.
No, I can't hear you. You forgot.
Parce que tu as oublié.
I can't hear the twang. I need to hear the Gabby twang or the Jason twang.
Parce que tu as oublié.
That's lovely. Tu as oublié. Gabby, Jason, Gabby. Tu as oublié. Somebody's playing with the microphone. Nick, is it you? Is it your headphones, fella, that keep catching?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Tu as
oublié. Lovely. The two Americans.
Les deux Américains.
Lovely. So, les deux Américains. Okay. Good. Stephen, No, stick with John for a bit. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. Don't go any faster than your delicious vowel pronunciation allows. It wasn't on purpose.
Il avait pas.
It wasn't.
Il avait pas.
Stand still. What? Say for me, it is. Say for me, it's.
C'est.
Good man. Make it sound like Gabby. Say.
C'est.
That's nice. That cuts through the sounds. Give me it wasn't. So you're changing tense and you're making it negative.
C'était pas.
That's absolutely exquisite. It wasn't on purpose. A word which begins with an E.
I don't know.
Exprès.
Exprès.
Express. Yeah,
C'est-
I've expressly told you. Yeah, c'était pas exprès.
C'était pas exprès.
C'était pas exprès.
C'était pas exprès.
Okay, lovely. It's because I needed to, as a one-off action in the past, change the timetable. It's because I needed to change the timetable.
C'était parce qu'il.
Devil. Say for me, I needed to change.
J'ai besoin de changer.
Let me remind you, if the verb uses a noun, have isn't the past tense. If the verb uses a noun, you need to make the have bit the past tense before adding the noun. And we need this tense. So I needed to change the timetable.
J'ai eu besoin de changer les.
One timetable.
Une fois.
L'horaire.
L'horaire.
L'emploi de temps. Le planning.
Planning.
Okay, nice nasal, le planning, okay? So for me, it's needed to change the timetable.
You broke up there. Can you say that again, please?
It's because I needed to change the timetable.
C'est parce que j'ai eu besoin de changer le planning.
Le planning, so.
Le planning.
C'est parce que j'ai eu besoin de changer le planning. C'est parce que j'ai eu besoin. So you can count the Scoobies. C'est parce que j'ai eu besoin de changer le planning. You can count the Scoobies. Yeah, we want to fall in love with the Scooby-Doo. Oui, c'est parce que j'ai eu besoin de changer le planning. I'm going to do such a Scooby project. I'm going to get myself a Scooby-Doo costume and I'm going to spend the week on Scooby-Doo stuff. Just let me get this Ukrainian shit finished. Mr. Hess, after getting rid of the podcasts I'm thinking of now, I will do something refreshing. After getting rid of the podcasts I'm thinking of now, I will do something refreshing.
Après avoir.
Stand still. Say for me, I got rid of the books. Say for me, I got rid of the books.
Je me débarrasse.
Past tense, but yes, well done.
Ah ouais, je me suis débarrassé.
Lovely. Interestingly, when you went in the past tense, you went débarrassé, so you remember the vowel. Yeah, so lovely. So, and again, say for me, I got rid of.
Je me suis débarrassé.
Hang on, you've just said je me suis débarrassé. Now you're saying je me suis débarrassé. Which one is it?
Je me suis débarrassé.
That's it. It's almost as if the vowel counts. Okay, off you go. So I got rid of. So say for me, I got rid of the podcast. Just say for me, I got rid of the podcasts.
Je me suis débarrassé au podcast. No?
What's the infinitive verb to get rid of something? Let me look at you when I hear this verb said. What's the infinitive verb to get rid of something?
Se débarrasser.
So what?
Se débarrasser.
Se débarrasser.
De. Se débarrasser.
And again, don't remember it takes a de. In terms of Gabby and Jason, Stephen, where is an a? Gabby or Jason?
It's Gabby.
And where is a de?
Jason.
So do you understand that rather than going, this one takes an a, this one takes a de, Gabby is up here. Hiya. Jason is here. Hey. So, je me suis débarrassé de, c'est de, rather than je vais m'inscrire à. We learn the roller coaster of the sentence. So say for me, je me suis débarrassé. So I got rid of the books.
Je me suis débarrassé des livres.
Good. Stephen's surname is Hess. He's more traditionally used to burning books, but that's fine. That's fine. It keeps you warm on crystal night. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Lovely. Je me suis débarrassé des. Je me suis débarrassé des. Stephen's like, we were. It wasn't fascism, Luke. We were just saying no. It all needs to be environmentally friendly and on Kindle. It was just a step towards ecology in advance. So je me suis débarrassé des livres. Can you now say for me, Stephen, after getting rid of the books, assuming it's the same person?
Après j'étais...
Let me prep you.
Yes.
Don't get excited. After eating. How do you say after eating? Assuming it's the same person.
Après avoir mangé.
Good, because we know that après goes into an infinitive. Yeah. After leaving, if it's the same person.
Après être parti.
Lovely vowels. What is the only thing that can interrupt the après and the avoir or the être? The only thing. If your answer doesn't rhyme with pronoun, I'm going to shoot you in the face. What is the only thing that before the être or the avoir?
A pronoun.
So could you please say for me, after eating, assuming that it's the same person?
I'm sorry, you broke up there.
After eating some.
Oh. Après en avoir mangé.
After buying them, assuming we're on about some books, after buying them, and assuming we're on about the same person.
Après les avoir achetés.
After getting washed, after washing myself.
Après m'être lavé.
Great. So when you guys, John's just gone, oh yeah, that thing, that the reflexive kind of thing. When you guys do the 5 and the 5, we then talk about the 11, which is the infinitive. So we say 5 with no auxiliary, 5 with an auxiliary. We've actually got 12 in big boy French. 5 with no auxiliary, and then an infinitive with no auxiliary. 5 with an auxiliary, and then an infinitive on the auxiliary. Now that might manifest in expressions like avant de whatever it is, or you know, je suis content d'être lavé. I'm happy I got washed. Do you know what I mean? You know, so yeah, you're going to need it. Good. So Stephen, so before getting rid of the books, before getting rid of the podcasts, I've been thinking of, avant de me débarrasser des podcasts, what I've been thinking of. Say for me, Stephen, I'm thinking of the podcast. Podcast is the same word. I mean, in Quebec, you'd say things like balado-diffusion and all this kind of stuff, but les podcasts, okay? So, off you go.
Je pense au podcast.
Nice! So which preposition are we using with thinking of here, Stephen? And
so
we know how to reverse an a. We don't have one choice, the way that we have with don. Although, to be fair, we don't have one with don. We have de qui and all the others as well, if it was a from. But generally, we're safe with don. We don't have one choice with the a, do we? It depends on what we're going to. So the podcast I'm thinking of, les podcasts.
Que j'y pense. No.
Okay. John, say for me, I'm thinking of the man. I mean, I doubt you are in the same way I am, but we'll go with it. So I'm thinking of the man.
Je pense à l'homme.
Preposition à. Prepositions cannot die. Yeah, like energy, whatever Stephen Hawking says, just gets converted. Say for me, Nick, the man I'm thinking of. Prepositions cannot die. I need some bastard form of representation of this at in my sentence. I can only use a que when the verb that comes next would be linking in a normal sentence directly to this. Yeah, I see John. I see my friend John. Hi, John. John comes to arrivals. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Je vois Jean. Okay, lovely. Here's Susan, here's some flowers. Oh, I saw the flowers, I thought of Susan. J'ai vu les fleurs. Susan says, that's lovely, Luke, we're now going out for lunch. Maybe not the best idea. Whatever. Nick, meanwhile, would walk on all fours and carry them for me because I'd have a lackey. I hired the slave. Yeah? Direct. When I've got these verbs that are direct, I can use the que. If my verb uses a de or an a, there's no le, la, le, there's no que, there's no ce que, there's none of my normal family favorites. So, Nick, would you please say for me? The man I'm thinking of. Remember, it pays to pretend to be posh. The man I'm thinking of.
L'homme qui j'y pense.
Say for me in posh English. The man I'm thinking of. The man of.
Oh, no.
Say for me in English first. The man I'm thinking of. The man. Just show me the technique. Say it for me in elegant English. The man of.
The man of whom I.
Right, which I know is somewhat antiquated, but that's how French would work. Whether you were standing in the hood selling smack or whether you were basically in the, Élysée Palace. So say for me, off you go, the man I'm thinking of.
L'homme à qui j'ai.
I'm thinking present tense.
Je pense.
Good. Yes. Well done for doing the relative pronoun correctly and struggling on an ER verb in the first person. But don't worry, you find difficult what you want to find difficult. Right. Stephen. So in other words, say for me, I'm thinking of the solution.
Je pense à la solution.
The solution I'm thinking of.
La solution à qui je pense.
No. John Monroe, say for me, the pen with which I sign the contract. Masculine pen.
Le stylo.
With which?
Avec. Which?
Could anybody in the US of A remember the words lequel, laquelle, and lesquels when following a preposition? The only time, right, let's make this really clear. Look at me. If you basically got Biden as a president, if you've got lequel, laquelle, lesquels on their own, you can absolutely be referring to a person. The guys over there are my mates. What are you here for? Oh, I'm picking two friends up from the airport, from arrivals. Oh yeah, which ones? Oh, there they are, the couple over there. Which ones? Lesquels. Which ones? No problem at all. As long as there's nothing else going on. Just lesquels. The guy there's my friend Nick. Which one? Lequel. Okay. The woman there's my friend Susan. Which one? Laquelle. As long as there's no other word, lequel, laquelle, and lesquels are safe. When you bring in a preposition, no use of lequel, laquelle, lesquels. That would be key if it were a person. But lequel, laquelle, lesquels. God, the computer's noisy today, but I quite like that because it makes you think of vowels. You would need lequel, laquelle, lesquels. So if you have pensé à, all that tells you is that you've got the preposition à. So if it's the guy I'm thinking of, le mec à qui je pense. If it's the situation I'm thinking of, la situation à laquelle je pense. If it's plural, auquel, auxquelles or auxquelles. John, what would de and lequel form to give me?
Duquel.
Thank you, nice voice. Stephen Hess, what would de and lesquels form to give me?
Desquels.
Steve, well done. Nick, what would de and laquelle form to give me, Nick?
De laquelle.
No problem there, no change. That's it. So in other words, step one, and I really do mean this, even if in your brain it sounds like you're sounding like Oscar Wilde, some of them are normal. And your colleague with whom I spoke, to me sounds normal. To other people sounds batshit cray cray. I understand that. So just practice saying it. So in other words, if you have a preposition with, by, from, to, and then a who or a whom or a which, whichever version you use to say it, you're going to use the relevant preposition again, plus lequel, laquelle, lesquels for a person, or qui, shut up Luke, lequel, laquelle, lesquels for a thing, or qui for a person, unless you are in the magical kingdom of dans. All right? If I say to you, let's just do a couple. Nick, give me the normal setup. I need the children to be on stage for Act 1. Otherwise, it sounds a little bit suspicious. I need the children. I need the children. Off you go.
J'ai besoin des enfants.
Good. And we have a de sneakily hidden in there. Is that de a from, Nick? Is there any element of from?
No.
So we're quite safe. We haven't got to keep the de. I can see John mind mapping. I can see it being done very well. If we've got a de, we would have to keep the de. We'll come to John in a second and do one where we keep the de. Nick, say for me then, the children I need on stage for Act 1.
Les enfants dont j'ai besoin.
That's right. The children of whom. So it's a really shitty way of doing it. I like you guys to think how we think about it, which is de is a reverse, don is reverse de. But if you wanted to be a bit anal about it, you could be don is of whom, of which, about whom, about which. All right? Instead of saying de lequel, de, whatever. Okay. Right. John, I received a letter from the girl. No clever shit yet, just normal. I received a letter from the girl. Off you go.
J'ai reçu une lettre de la femme.
De la fille.
De la fille.
But John's been practicing the word femme, right? So j'ai reçu une lettre de la femme, right? The woman I received a letter from. Could you first of all, John, could you say that for me in slightly more elegant, older-fashioned English? The woman I received a letter from would be the woman from. No, in English. John, say it for me in English. Just say in English. The woman from. In other words, give me the slightly older-fashioned way of saying it in English first. So the woman I received a letter from will be the woman from.
The woman of whom I received a letter.
The woman I received a letter from. What are we saying about the energy in the Stephen Hawking? We're not changing the preposition.
From
the
whom?
Woman
from whom I received a letter.
That's it. Translate for me.
La fille de.
Yes.
De quelle j'ai reçu une lettre.
De qui? La femme de qui j'ai reçu une lettre. That's exactly right. Because here the de is a from, and therefore we would keep it the same. Hesse, say for me. The department. Now, a lot of people personify group nouns of people. Yeah. The department whom we spoke to, whatever. But really, the department ain't a person, right? So the departments we spoke with. So we contacted the following departments. So the departments we spoke with. Could you please say that for me, first of all, in posh English?
The departments with which we spoke.
Would you now translate that for me?
Les départements avec lesquels on a parlé.
Gorgeous. Par could go a smidge higher. Les départements the first a could go a smidge higher, more Gabi, but the rest was lovely vowels. Now go again, Stephen, and prioritize the Scooby-Doo. And notice the Scooby-Doo will stick. Les départements avec lesquels on a parlé. Learn the relevant and it will stick. Les départements avec lesquels on a parlé. Go on.
les départements avec lesquels on est parlé.
Avec, not avec, not avec.
Avec. Les départements avec
Slide
lesquels,
together.
les départements avec lesquels on est parlé.
Good. Okay. Nick. I'm signing up to the gyms, plural. I'm so damn healthy, says me, who's just going to have my rice and my my shredded lamb. Thank you. Pardon me. We do have a bit of kale. We had more than that one bit, pardon me, by the way. It's like, did you eat your greens today? Yes.
I had a
So, Nick, what's the verb to sign up to?
I was about to ask you that. En signer, enregistrer.
You'll come across two. You'll come across s'inscrire à, or if it's more of a subscript thing, s'abonner à. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Noun is an inscription and an abonnement. An abonnement. Okay? So what's the verb to sign up to?
S'inscrire à.
Gabby-fied, Jason-ified, I can't hear it.
S'inscrire à.
S'inscrire, s'inscrire. Go on.
S'inscrire à.
Yes, 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 stand still, stand still. Did everybody just hear that nasal quality that just came out of Nick on Sam? No. Nice. Good. All right. Individually, it must sound wrong to you. It should sound wrong. As a joined up thing, sounds great. I'm not saying Gabby's voice is wrong, Jason's voice is wrong. I'm just saying that tone applied to people who aren't from where they're from or who don't have those voice boxes. It doesn't sound like you guys. Yep, okay. Notice the commonality of anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore it. And there's no reflection on anybody's grammar. And if I'm honest, as I've said, you've kind of lapped the girls, because on a Friday, much to their annoyance and frustration, we've been doing vowel journey work and Gabby Jason stuff. And I'm like, I don't care if you're in the advanced class and I don't go on YouTube. The boys have got their vowels together. Get your vowels together. I can't hear you. No, they hate me. I don't care. They'll love me eventually. So the fact is, one of the common things that you've all got that have come into this group, don't say a wiener, you've all got, because we've got Lizzie in there, is you've all got a nice modern voice. You've all got a voice which sits range-wise in this breathy, airy quality, and in your own way, whichever your accent is, you're not fans of massively fluctuating in your own speech, which means you desperately want to, and you also have neat consonants, all three of you. You know, in other words, what that means is you desperately, left to your own devices, want to create sound from this band here. Yeah. And we're saying, hell yeah, that's not going to work. We need to go above or below. Good. So good. So let's do a slightly more difficult one then. The next, so can we say for me, the gyms I signed up to. So in other words, what's the preposition we're using with s'inscrire à? What preposition can I hear in s'inscrire à? What preposition is sitting in the middle of it?
À.
Right. Say for me in elegant English, the gyms I signed up to, then bearing in mind it's, just say that, so the gyms I signed up to, the
gyms to which I have signed up.
That's lovely. Off you go, the gyms to which I signed up. Now, gym is, let's go with, well, actually, it won't even make a difference. It won't make a difference. It won't make a difference. Let's say les gymnases. Let's say les gymnases. Or we could have said les salles de sport, but let's go with les gymnases. So just remind yourself again in English, the gyms to which I've signed up. Go on.
Yes. Les gymnases.
No, just remind yourself in English, the gyms to which I've signed up.
The gyms to which I have signed up.
Lovely. So translate that for me.
Les gymnases auxquels
Nice.
je m'inscris.
Good. Or past tense, I signed up.
Je me suis inscrit.
Good. Lovely. Ladies, notice with that one, je me suis inscrite.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Because in the sentence, I signed myself up to the gym, what was signed up?
The gym. Oh, I was. Yes, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
John, be a dear. Just pass Nikki's medication.
Sorry.
Yeah. So remember, when you've got an extra verb, you three are going to love those A-level podcasts that are coming out. When you've got an extra verb, that shit's always got an E and an S on the end. John, off the top of your head, what is the one verb in the extra family that you can hear the difference if it's male or female already? I don't mean the spelling with the E and the S. What's the one verb in the extra family that you can hear the difference male or female? Je suis something that you'll always hear the difference in the extra verbs.
Je suis.
Think of all the different ones: go, arrive, born, die, da 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 da.
Yeah. Je suis morte.
Well done. If a woman said she died, je suis morte, and that won't always be death. It could be like I died laughing or something, you know. Oh, je suis morte. Or I'm dead, as in I'm beat. As in, oh God, I can't go any further. Not a phrase that one is allowed to say in Besançon, is it, Nick? Do you know what I mean? One is allowed a momentary reprieve, a bit of cake, a foot massage, and one carries on walking. Good. Nick is a strong up the front leader with his thighs. I mean, Nick had no problem. Lovely, lovely. Right. So, je suis morte. So, if your verb is an extra verb, okay, you always have the E and the S. If your verb, so like, je suis mort, nous sommes morts, S, vous êtes mort, S, vous êtes morte. If it was vous singular, plural, formal, whatever. If it's a reflexive extra verb, it only has the E and the S if the thing being done is the thing doing the verb. So in other words, if you said we washed each other, lots of foam or this business. Actually, no, I'll wash any of you, but I'm not using sodium lauryl sulfate. I'm gay enough to wash you. I'm not gay enough to use cheap soap. Yeah, so no, 1 second, just get me rid of Brenda 1 sec. So basically, if it's nous sommes levés, that would have an E and an S on it if it were feminine or plural, depending, right? We bought ourselves the car. Nous nous sommes acheté une voiture. What got bought? The car. So nous nous sommes acheté would not have any E or S on it. I got washed. We spoke to each other. Nous nous sommes parlé. Don't go, oh, well, there's not like any other thing after it, so it's got to be reflected. No, we spoke to each other. What was parled? The language. Yeah. Another tip is if in the present tense, would you say le ou lui? I speak to him. Would you say je le parle or je lui parle? So nous nous sommes parlé would be indirect, so therefore no S's or Is. Good. Be gone. Lots of
All right.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Good.
Bye.